The City of Angels is black and gold. You are listening to the Heart of LAFC Podcast. And now, Joseph Zacher.
Greetings, Los Angeles. Welcome to episode 194 of the Heart of LAFC Podcast. Coming back into it are my boys. Brendan, how are you doing, sir?
Doing fantastic after last night's results.
Oh,
Not the
I
LAFC
see the
results.
colors. So in case you aren't watching this live, Brendan is wearing a fine Australian kit today in honor of that amazing victory. Explain to everybody what happened, sir.
We somehow beat Argentina 2-0. Don't ask me how, don't ask me why, but we beat them 2-0. So we're currently top of the group with Egypt and who else is in that group? Spain drawing 0-0.
Yeah, there wasn't much in that game today. It was pretty drab for the most part. You know, first win always puts you in a good position, but seeing how the other ones are struggling as well, I gotta feel pretty good for you guys. You know, I'm backing you all the way, man. I hope they go real far. It's totally my favorite kind of underdog. It's all good. And of course, there's others that aren't really backing underdogs, and that would be, of course, our other co-host tonight, my brother Tony. I see the kit. It's a beautiful. How are your boys doing?
They are doing pretty well. I know. I don't. To be honest, I don't know if they're really focused on the Olympics after being Euro champs. You know what I mean?
It's kind of just a celebration continued, right?
Exactly. So it's one of those things. It's like, as much as like a gold medal in the Olympics in soccer is always a nice thing, but I'd rather have the Euros or the World Cup at the end of the day. You know.
Exactly, and of course Germany's, I think, in that same realm as they don't do much with the Olympics. They don't. It's not a thing. They'll go, right? But that's not the main focus. That's for sure. But for Australia, like, this is a good one. You know, there's a good chance here. I think Mexico right now looks like the best team in the tournament, though. Like, they look stellar out there.
Yeah. Right?
I mean, they're looking legit. So, the gold medal could be coming back to North America. Let's see what happens there. But I think if you're a Mexico fan, you got to be feeling really good about things right now. So, enough with the Olympics, right? It's cool. It's on. Opening ceremonies. I mean, Brendan, they're in a few hours, right?
Yep.
I think 3:55 a.m. for us crazies in LA that are willing to watch something at 3:55 a.m. But for you, it's prime time, right?
Yeah, it's going to be prime time. Also, one of the Expo boys from Japan, Epi, he's actually working at the Olympics. If you follow him on Instagram, he's actually working at the Olympics.
Oh, wow. That's super cool. Yeah, I mean, he travels out to us every once in a while, right?
Yeah. So
yeah, that's cool. So we have some of the faithful that's working the Olympics. That's pretty awesome. Good stuff. So happy about the Olympics. Not so happy about the game last night. We're definitely going to get into that. We're going to cover Portland. We're going to cover Vancouver. We're going to talk about some news, a new player. Sounds more and more like that's actually happening. There's some quotes related to that. Stadium news, community news. We got you covered today. That's for sure. So we're just going to jump at it because we can't avoid it. Yes, I know. We are all going to have to suffer this together and try to figure out and piece it together as what the heck happened against Portland. So here we are. Portland, we go up there looking to steal 3 points, feeling pretty good about stealing 3 points, except the lineup was kind of forced to make some changes, and that could be ominous, maybe not. We're deeper than y'all think. So what happens? Well, basically Palacios comes in. That's by choice, right, for Edwards at the wingback position. But then Blackman has to come in because Murillo's on suspension. And Atuesta has a small injury, so he gets to take the rest, and Janela gets the opportunity to finally get his face off the milk carton and get it on the field. And so that spine, right, a little bit of changes there, force changes, and so things have to start differently. Not much of a choice. And then maybe we should have taken an ominous approach to that, going, well, they're going to have to get used to each other and have to get used to each other quick. Of course, Tony, how did before we talk about the game and how it all broke down, Bam, what happened with Portland's approach? I know they were playing the 4-4-2 pretty much in the 2 matches leading up. That wasn't the case for this game, was it?
No, it wasn't. They went back to how they played against Carson down at Carson.
Mm-hmm.
They went to the 4-2-3-1 lineup, which was a little bit unexpected because they've been playing the 4-4-2 for the last few games, but they changed it up. As for the lineup, there wasn't really much surprises for their lineup. We pretty much said who was going to be starting and all that. The only real surprise was George Fachiv had his first start for them. So, and Asprilla was starting on the bench to begin with. So that was about it. Those are the only real changes.
One big change, but of course it's like the default. They play LAFC, 2 defensive midfielders. Just that's how it goes. So not surprising to any of us. I know the guys were making comments in the last episode about, hey, it's probably going to be that. I know you guys are talking about the 4-4-2. You're right. They went with what was safe and what they know best to counter us. So first half begins. Tony, how well does the first half begin?
Not even. I think I took a sip of whatever I was drinking. I don't even remember. It was just one sip, and then we're already down 1-0. And pretty much, honestly, a lot of people wanted. It was one of the crosses. It was a nice placed ball and like in between the legs and everything. Now I have a question for anyone to think about and stuff like that. Palacios starts, which is 100% like we all know how good Palacios is, but he doesn't know the system that we're running. If Edwards starts instead of Palacios, does that goal happen?
I can't help but feel the same thing. We talked about that, like, man, he needs to ease in. Maybe he's going to get to ease in. He didn't. He got thrown into it, and it got kind of funky. And it forced Farfan to go back to being center back. And he was kind of left exposed and then froze on the play pretty much without support on his side, right? And exactly. 2 minutes in, it was an ugly goal. Just was.
But it's like, I understand, like, and the whole thing is like, why do you put so much pressure on Farfan, especially coming back to Portland? His first game back in Portland. I understand he's a future defender for us, and he's doing really well. But to put so much pressure on that, I don't know if you do that to the kid. You know what I mean?
I think he would have been better off if Edwards was next to him. Right, because they're more comfortable together. It would have been a different story because Edwards will track back when necessary. Nothing against Palacios, he just hasn't been around, and that's tough. So early punishment, but we continue to play. Right, it still happens, and it's not like it got to our heads, that goal. We just kept going, which was nice, right? I mean, Tony, you saw good flow and momentum in that first half, didn't you?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like I said, Palacios finally got like we all know he's good. Like I said, he realized what he needs to do in the system, and he adjusted quickly to it. And pretty much like what, I'll just bring it up right now. 17 minutes in, we get we get the flow going. We dominate the whole rest of the quarter. We get a nice pass by Segura to Rossi, which like takes it down the line. Like it reminded me of an old like Chelsea, Bayern Munich, Robin, like just taking it down the line all the way and just literally threads the needle to Vela. Honestly, the easiest goal ever for him.
Yeah, and it's all about the right runs, knowing where you need to be and the communication that they have, because it is really next level. And it was a class goal. It wasn't a trash goal at all. It was well earned, and the buildup was there. We probably could have had more already at that point, the way we were playing. Oh, yeah. And the script kept playing that way. Like, okay, we create chances. We keep moving in. There was an offside play where Vela kind of took it kind of easy at one point. It was offside anyways, guys, so I wouldn't scream too much about it. But the chances were definitely there. Certain players were stepping up more than they have in the past in the moment. to me, the first half felt like a good half. Yes, 2 minutes of ugliness, but otherwise, it was our story. No question about that.
To me, we're just
Brennan.
dominating. That first 2 minutes, a little bit slow. Yeah, we didn't wake up in time. But the other 43 minutes, dominated them. I don't think I remember seeing the ball in our defensive third much that first half.
Not even
No.
the corner.
There was nothing in it. There was really nothing in it for Portland. They were just happy to have a goal, I think. Surviving on their own pitch in front of a full crowd and just, trying to get through it. So first half ends. We have our chances. We're kind of like, man, we could have really done something more with it. But, hey, we still leveled. We got a whole half to go. Second half kicks off. Tony, is it the same thing again or just keep pushing away?
Honestly, it was the same thing. Like I don't think I've ever heard their stadium that quiet for so long. It was like, I was like, what am I watching? This is the Timbers. Like their supporter section is loud, but it's like they were out of the game. It was our game to lose. There was no doubt about it. There was chance after chance. I don't think it was in this half they finally got to our corner. It was late in the seventh when they finally got a corner kick.
Yeah, I mean, they had 3 all day.
Yeah,
on corner kicks. There was nothing to it. Possession, they didn't have that. It was very much all they were going to do was play us on the counter, and that's all they could do. And it wasn't even that effective for 90 freaking minutes, right?
exactly.
The only big thing that did change, and I do feel that it did change things, is the substitutions were a little weird, right?
Oh, a substitution. So the thing is, the substitutions were the right substitutions. It is just the formation that screwed us over. We went back.
I felt so too.
Yeah, we went back to our original 4-4-2, which
or the 3 wing.
Oh, yeah.
3-man up, and I was a little thrown by that because it was like you're so used to what you're doing now, and now you're going to change your back line and put less guys back there. I know they're going for the kill. I think that was the thought, is just keep them advanced the whole time and press them to death, which the press was beautiful. At times it was flawless press. Like, really impressive. Like, you're not letting them out. You're not giving cheap fouls either. You're just pressuring, and that was good. Usually you'll get a cheap foul. No, we weren't doing that. We were disciplined enough. It was really nice to see. And then the moments to contain, the decision-making was really good for pretty much the absolute rest of this match, except for one moment that we all want to forget. Tony, you want to break down how that one went? It's hard. I know.
It honestly, like, it went to pretty much, we were going down to the 90th minute. We have 3 minutes, and I was like, all right, we come out. We don't get what we want. We're, like I said, we're grinding it out. Everyone's doing everything. Edwards is pushing right. Duke is doing really well. I've read some comments on different sites that people are attacking Duke, which honestly I feel like Duke played well. You know what I mean? He played what he needed to do and pressured really well. But like Marvin said, I feel like Marvin knew something in the future with like last week's comments about throw-ins, and like we have to get better.
He totally did. We watched this time, Marvin, and you were right. You were tragically correct. Yes.
It was a throw-in, caught Farfan literally sleeping, and we were all tired, but caught him sleeping, and of course, who just
nice service to the middle. Nobody was ready for it. Instead of having 3 center backs, you had 2. He gets the inside on him, and it's just an easy flick header. There goes that. Stunned. I was stunned. I'm in the state. I'm there at the viewing party, and I'm just frozen. Like, wait. I thought we were getting ready. What? Yeah, I could not believe it. The Portland fans couldn't believe it. The reactions from those guys have been hilarious because they're like, yeah, we were just waiting to lose. Like, it was just felt like it was a matter of time. One of these plays is going to break through, and that's it for us. And somehow, like, thieves in the night. They stole the match. Credit to them for countering and doing what they had to do to get the job done. They did get the job done. But man, like for us, it's just, I felt bad luck, but also, there is some system play there. Substitutions, some made sense. Others to switch up didn't quite. It wasn't necessary. Just like you're giving up a corner kick, like basically counter the last match where they over committed to it. You kind of felt that maybe the runs were a little too high going in this because you just thought it was going to come, right? You didn't figure on the punch back, and you got popped.
You could tell everyone was going, we're going to score, we're going to score. Everyone's up the front. Everyone's pushing up the front going, we're going to open them up, we're going to score that goal, go and get the win. No one was expecting them to all of a sudden, 92nd minute, win the game for them. I literally got up out of my seat and walked out of the room when that happened. Grabbed my dog, went for a walk.
Yeah, because none of it made sense. It didn't. They weren't showing that threat until it actually happened, right? There was no signs of a proper counter coming from anything until that one freaking moment. Truth, I think they had three shots on target the entire game, and 2 happened to go in.
Like I said, they weren't even in our half. Not even the whole game. It was literally those first 2 minutes of everyone getting used to the new system, who people who haven't played it for the whole time. And literally we died in the first 2, died in the last 2. That's
closing games out.
Yeah.
Starting games off. I know this is a long-term trend for LAFC. The slow start and the poor finish. Again, here we go. That I think that would be our takeaways. Where's the focus, right? What happened there? Even though we did have focus in the matches leading up to it, there was no question. Romero played good. He had one amazing save in the match. There's nothing you can say about his efforts. He was doing his job. Mm-hmm. It was just really moments. That's all it was. Yep. And I can't sit here and dwell and freak out and throw everything out and say, scrap it. We got to build now. It's one of those nights. Football is a cruel mistress. This is football, people. This is it. When you think you got to figure it out, kicks you in the ass. That's football. That is the way the world works in this game. This is what happens. So it happened. We take our lumps. We get angry. And we get ready for them later in the season. If we get them in the playoffs, if they qualify for the playoffs, I hope we get them in the playoffs. I do, because I think that your revenge will be there. Next time we play them at home, the revenge will be there. This is an aberration. That's all this was to me.
Anytime we play them, it's revenge. For the last game, for the game before.
It's war. It's always been war with them. All the way. And I know the guys are talking about the field and all that. I don't get into that stuff. I think it's nonsense. You've been there before.
Yeah, you play what you play. If it rains, it rains. If it snows, it snows. If it's a heat wave, you play it. Does it affect the play a little bit? Yes, but they're professionals at the end of the day. You know what I mean? They get paid.
The only person you can say that could have had a bad game is Kim Moon-Wan. He's never played on that pitch before. He played amazing. His passes across field are absolutely amazing.
You're right.
How we keep him, I don't know.
Yeah,
I can see him going to Europe in the year.
Honestly, he's already playing like he's there. Yeah, he's on a different. He's a playmaker from his role. You see the passing, and that was something he came out too, and that had its effect.
Honestly, moving forward, I think either we take out one or the other, Vela or Kim, not both, because then we lose the playmaking ability.
I was talking to Monty at the viewing party, and I was like, I'm this close to naming them Batman and Robin, because they're more of a dynamic duo than anyone else right now. They really are. There is a play between Vela and Kim Moon-Hwan that's actually pretty special. When they're both on the same side, watch out. Even when there's there seems to be a link there. They know where everybody is at the moment, and they find each other. As far as I am concerned, that's the dynamic duo. Right now, they're critical. Throw Cifuentes is the third option into that. without those three, we'd be in a world of hurt. Really.
Well, yeah,
It's critical.
Well, I've heard that like Vella's taking Kim under his wing. You know what I mean?
He did in the early days.
Yeah. So I feel like that connection's still there. You know what I mean? And it's like he knows he's been to Europe, so it's like one of those things. It's like this guy succeeded in Europe. You know, had a great career, wasn't on a top team, but you know what I mean. There's very far in between that go on to top teams. Like, so I see Kim going to a top team 100%, but if he doesn't, it's still like he understands like what do I have to do to be into him, what, like, you know what I mean, learning from it, you know what I mean.
You know, his big adjustment with us, right, those first few games is going to affect him for the rest of his career, really. Exactly. Getting that spin going, getting it right, and becoming honestly a star for this side already is something to see. And now that they're together, it's great. But when they were both off the field, not quite what we needed. Not enough. That's for sure. Not enough. You know, if I can throw the stats at you guys, you'd be like, yep. I mean, 17-7 on shots, 6-3 on goal. Maybe there's something to say for that. Chances created were 15-7. We had a 54% advantage on possession. Passing, 471-389, 84% passing. We were fine there. Fouls, 12-8 for Portland. Of course, they outfouled us. We outplayed them. Yellow cards, they only had one on the day. That was a little surprising. Duels, that was pretty interesting. Portland beat us out 41-39. And corners, we had them 11-3. Here's where it always hurts, right? Our expected goals in the day were 1.75. Yeah, leading towards 2. Theirs was 0.58. It was under it was like 0.07 in the second half. There was nothing in them in the second half. So it just really went against it all. Of course, everybody's talking about B-Rod, and yes, he made a couple threatening runs. There were some shake and bakes and a little bit of that movement off the ball that we like to see, creating space, even though nobody around him was really taking advantage of that. But when he had the ball, it wasn't as impressive as y'all think. At least, again, remember who he came on for, right? Talk about the drop-off. Not sure it was the right move. He played for 11 total minutes. He had 4 pass attempts, 2 were accurate. Okay, so that's 50%, right? He created 1 chance in total in the 11 minutes. How many shots did he have? 0. He's a winger. What's his job?
Shoot.
Right? Either create or score. No. Created 1 chance, had no shots for 11 minutes in a game that we're dominating, and at the time still dominating. So, yeah, I know it's his first game back, but that move didn't bolt us up anywhere. It didn't move us anywhere. It actually moved us down because Vela was still creating when he went off the field. So, you know, and in the moment I was like, honestly, I think he's more, you know, Vela's more threatening than Rossi in the moment. I felt, you know, if you're going to move somebody. But yeah, he's not there yet. That's for sure. So that's the bad part, right?
Yeah.
They got around and did what they did. You guys have any final thoughts before we jump to our crew here with their comments?
The only thing I can think of is B-Rod needs to take a page out of Kim Wine and learn from Vela. Go speak to Vela. Go hang time with Vela. Learn from him. If he's serious about going to Europe and making it in Europe, he's tried, didn't really make it, but if he seriously wants to go crack, go speak to Vela.
Yeah, put your head down and work. Get your head right.
Yeah, I'll hop on. I was gonna hop on what Bam said. It's like, honestly, if he should actually talk to Vela, because remember, he went to Arsenal, didn't do too hot in Arsenal, and because but he produced, but he didn't do anything. I don't even like he went on loan for a while, was limbo until he finally hooked up with Giesman and finally made a place for himself. So it's like, honestly, like, he should talk to Vela because he knows the failures of also failing in Europe when the team that you went to doesn't want you.
It's hard. It's tough. But B-Rod still has it. I do think he has it. It's just, where's his head at? That's the big battle for him. Jumping on to see some of the stuff that was said. Yes, Anthony, we're going to talk about the Colombian striker in a few minutes because I'm excited too. You thought that Brian played pretty well in the 10 minutes that he played. I will say that he did threaten. He tried to. Wasn't entirely effective at it. right? Things were getting through, but he did attempt. Yeah, it's just, again, who he's replacing in the moment. It didn't quite match up. Mark Lopez, once the subs went in, we committed to conceding points. Doing that away means we conceded all 3 instead of 2. Yeah, I kind of felt, they were a little rough on it. I think he was trying to overcommit to get to the 4-3-3 because that's what he's comfortable with. He thought throwing another guy in the attack rather than having him tracking back and forth and just having a permanent presence was going to be the story. Yeah, we all saw how it ended.
Yeah.
Still not a fan, right, of that system. I think we found a better one, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Smalls Kenobi says we had a lot of important pass fails. Yeah, in the final third, they weren't cutting enough, were they? It's not quick on the last one. For sure. Mark Lopez, our attack is starting to look dangerous again, but not lethal. Need to finish. Exactly, which is why we're going to be talking about a Colombian striker pretty soon here, because something's got to give. That's for sure. LA Wolf fan, really did believe we had that game in the bag. Last minute goal from Portland sucks, but I really loved LAFC playing it all in the pitch. What are your thoughts on B-Rod? And we said B-Rod, again, efficiency wasn't there. Intent definitely was. I think that would be my assessment. Intent, good. Yeah, follow through, not so much. And you're right. I thought we had the game in the bag. I'm sitting there telling everybody, oh, the second goal's coming. Like, it's coming. You felt it's going to come. And then that happened. And when they said, oh, it's 3 minutes of stoppage time, I'm like, God, we need more time because we're going to do something here. And then they pop. It didn't make sense to any of us at all. LA Wolf fan also asked, did Vela get injured? I don't believe so. It just sounds like maybe they were keeping him fresh for the next match. I hate that. Playing a rival. Who cares about the next match? Get this one, but who knows?
Yeah, you also look at, too, with Vela's injuries from the beginning of the season, 3 matches in a week is going to be rough on anyone. So I'm going to send taking him out just to be careful.
It's precautionary. It's just, he was talking up the last match of how great he felt, so it is what it is. Coach's decision. Vela wasn't, I think somebody said he wasn't complaining. That was another comment down here from LA Wolf fan. B-Rod came out like he has something to prove because he does. He does. Just needs execution. For sure. And there's LA Wolf fan because Vela did not complain about being subbed out. No, he was a team player on the moment. And I think for him, he probably wants to see B-Rod do something too. So the support is there. That's for sure. Mark Lopez, looked like Vela picked up a knock, but hopefully nothing too serious. I don't know. Do you guys think he was hurt or?
No, I don't.
Maybe he did. It wasn't that noticeable to me. I don't know.
The only one I
feel like a bit tired.
I was gonna say
yeah.
The only one I feel like who got a knock was Blessing after that shoulder hockey check, which surprise I was not a foul.
Yeah, there were a few where guys went flying, and you're like, nothing, really? Yeah, bizarre. Marvin Chavez says, speaking of corner kicks, we are so bad at them. Just like we are bad at throwing in balls. We never try much or position ourselves well. They never look dangerous and don't see them as a big opportunity. Honestly, we haven't been good at corners since Walker left.
Yeah.
Straight up. That was the last season where we were effective on corner kicks in the attack. I don't know. It's because we just haven't set a big man to do it. We actually, I think Murillo has done it, though. I mean, it has happened. Yeah, it's just weird. It's like it's not. I think we value possession over the big play in the box. I think that's the mindset's a little different. Then Portland scores off a good throw in, caught us off guard. And we're not sure what those are. There's like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's what they're supposed to look like. Yeah, there it is. True. Let's see. LA Wolf fan. True. The corner kicks need some training because I gave it a 2 out of 10. You're being generous, sir.
If anything, we just need like I said, the corners we're not that great at, but at the same time, we need someone else because again, we took out Vela and Atuesta is not there to take the corner, so it's no one can take the corner. That's the other.
And that's something also to say again, the Atuesta effect. You're right. Mm-hmm. Totally Atuesta effect. You're right. He wasn't there, and The composure wasn't there in the moment. Totally. Mark Lopez, Marvin needs to predict a clean sheet. Marvin, you have a job to do.
Yeah.
Agreed. Marvin. Give Romero some love. Wolf fan laughing at it. Sup, Victor? Welcome. Mark Lopez, didn't see the replay until today. Walked away pissed at the last minute. Yeah, man. I don't put yourself through that. That's not healthy.
Just look on the score, and that's it. That's all you had to do.
Yeah, like I know. Yeah. 2018 vibes from Victor Lopez. He's disagreeing on the throw-ins. We're not bad. We're good either. That like that defending throw-ins. Another story from Victor.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah, Mark. Bob talking about grass in the post-match interview sounded like Hank Hill talking about propane and protein accessories. Yeah, it was not needed, man. Like, we didn't need that. I don't care.
I was like, if he was gonna put the Hank Hill, he should just do the episode where they did the football. Remember when where they were mowing the lawn to make sure their team won because this team runs this way, so we'll cut the grass this way. That's how we should have put that.
Right.
I like the reference though.
I like adapting. I like teams that adapt.
Mm-hmm.
Do something about it, right? Victor, did Vela come out to rest to play on Saturday? I think so. I think it's precautionary. I think it's just, Brendan mentioned that as well. Not a big fan of that. I like the moment, but yeah, they're thinking long term. Marvin, both were bad, and I'll be honest, their throws were just okay this time, not even close to good. So many teams use throw-ins in powerful ways that help teams go forward and produce goals. Right? Chaos, people, chaos. We've only won low to mid-table teams. We've lost versus all of the good teams: Seattle, NYCFC, SKC, Portland, even Galaxy. Not this season, but yeah.
Well, Portland's not really a high tier team right now. Technically they're
below
level.
us.
Yeah, so they're not like, I understand where he's coming at because Portland.
You're right.
Like we said, Portland always comes after us. Again, Seattle comes after us too, and Galaxy also comes after us too. So that those I can kind of like brush off a little bit just because that's like they're going to come after us at the end of the day. They have something to prove against us. We have something to prove against them. NYFC, again, you never know who you're going to get with them. So it's like, meh. And SK, they're always a decent team no matter what. It's like when you go there or they come here, you're always going to get a mesh with them. So I agree with you on that one, Marvin.
Yeah.
Ellie Wolf fan, what's up with the ref? Yeah, the refs are never good for us when we go to Portland. And B-Rod did get hacked. There's no doubt. No doubt. Victor
that being said, though, with Wolf, though, he wasn't calling many fouls. I didn't think. He let a lot of it go. So he let the
one yellow card, right?
Go.
Yeah.
Yeah, he let it all go. So both teams, there was a bit of hacking and just let both go. So no, you guys sort it out. Let's get the game going. Let's get the 90 minutes. I'd prefer that than stop, start.
Well, he was consistent, which was good. You know what I mean? At least you know what like they were looking for. Like, yes, there are points where it's like, whoa, hey, this wasn't a foul, but at least the consistency was there, which is hard to say with MLS referees. Let's just say that.
Yeah, it's inconsistent, that's for sure. Victor brought up the Vela struggles when he went to Europe and not taking it as serious as he should. Yeah, he needed some growing up, and I think that's where Brian Rodriguez is at. He needs some growing up to do. That's for sure. You're right, sir. Mark Lopez, what do you think about letting Vela play out Portland 90 and bring him to sub Vancouver? Yeah, it would have been nice. That would have been nice. It didn't happen, but I'm in your camp, sir. That's for sure. It was weird when he came out. There's something going on there.
Or just pay him full 90, start him next game, but pull him out early. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Vancouver's not. I don't even think we need Vela to win that game. I don't. We'll talk about who they got. I think we could do something without him too. I do. I think we'd be fine with Atuesta coming back, Murillo coming back. But we want Vela. We want,
I'd rather keep consistency, like, just keep the flow going, keep the chemistry going. None of this.
A couple of games ago, Vancouver beat Carson.
Yeah,
they came out and played in that game. So we'll talk about their last game, but a couple of games ago they did come out and beat Carson. So
Ball is
having a
round.
full.
Play for 90 minutes. Yep. Got it. All of our ankles are at the same height. Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah, football's football. So thank you guys for the listener reactions. We're going to move in and transition into the next bit of madness. Tony, Christian Arango is in the news for sure. This time it looks pretty legit, right?
Yep, pretty much 20. It's in every. There's nothing confirmed yet. The closest thing is on a Latin website, which kind of more confirms it than anything, where it's like he's like some of the fans from Leones saw him before he left and he was crying because he loves the club so much and their fans. So does it like it's a bitter goodbye, and they keep saying the American team, so at least they're quote unquote trying to not say it, but it's going to be a good chunk, and it's pretty much like how we do with all our deals when we get anyone from South America is we give them like a percentage of rights when we sell them to Europe if we do.
Right. And then the article that I read today said that both Benfica and his current club actually have his rights. It's a shared deal.
So
they're both going to make something out of it. Yeah. There's a percentage for both. So yeah, his contract is split. So now we kind of get more. That was from a Colombian source. So
okay. I see that one.
Yeah, I'll take that one. Okay. So that's what we're dealing with. Him crying and the supporters, I know, reaching out to some up here. There's motion, that's for sure. And the video is enough to tell me that something's going on. So I know, don't announce it till there's a hat box in the mail, but it feels pretty good. Feels pretty good in the moment. I'm getting excited, that's for sure. Community news, Bam. You want to fire away with some community news, sir? Or shall I rant?
Communities and rant will be pretty much the same thing. As you're all aware, mask mandate's coming back Saturday, I believe, for you guys. Yeah, so inside the stadium, if you're on the concourse and you're not eating or drinking or you're not in the stands, wear a mask. Plain and simple. You got to wear a mask.
Yep. So we have failed. We'll just say it just like that. Not all of us. Most of us have done what they're supposed to do, but some of us have let the rest of us down. Straight up. I have no love for anyone who, unless it's a medical need or you're too young, but if it's a choice, you're choosing to put the rest of us at risk, I have no love for you. None. We're doing this because of you, right? You don't like the mask? Do what you're supposed to do. Stop complaining. Do the job. Because now the rest of us have to suffer because of you. Thank you very much for that. Not a team player. You're on Team COVID, obviously, not our team. Yeah. So there goes that.
No one likes wearing the mask. We all agree. No one likes wearing it. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's like we do it because it's a community. You know what I mean? We do what's right for the community, not because we are selfish.
Right. How is that community to do this?
Yeah.
Right? To not get a vaccine. Like, really? Oh, this. Yeah. Do you ever read the ingredients in the food that you eat? I don't think so.
Well, not even.
Right?
It's like even if I understand if you don't want to get the vaccine, that's fine, but still wear the mask. If you're not going to do it, then then do your civic duty of just wearing the mask. You know what I mean? If you choose not to, I don't care if you don't want to. I hope you want to. If you do want to, that's fine. But do your civic duty as like I don't want to do it. You don't trust it. It's fine, but just wear the mask. That's as simple as that. You know what I mean? I still wear the mask half the time when I'm out, and I'm vaccinated. Just because I don't because like there's no way for me to just I don't want to keep running around and be like I haven't vaccinated. I'd rather just be like respect the other people around me.
Leading by example, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean I have mine, but I wear mine at work, and I do wear it because my kids have to wear it. You do what you have to do, and if you do, you can still catch it with the vaccine. So you don't know if you have it right away. You don't. So there it is. Now, if I'm in a site where it's totally like good, you don't have to, then don't. Right? It's choice. But if you've not had the vaccine, yeah, Tony's on point with this one for sure.
Yeah. Like let me just say one more thing. The vaccine, yes. Before anyone tries to argue with me, yes, I understand the vaccine doesn't stop the the whole sickness, but it helps you from not dying. That's all it does.
Right.
It gives you a boost and doesn't get you from not dying. That's all it does. It's not
Okay.
it cures all. It's just it gives you a boost. It gives you an extra strength, like armor, to protect yourself. That's all it does. And that's, you know what I mean? Doesn't mean I can't still get it, but it just gives me more of a chance to survive it.
Exactly. It's a severity, and then you becoming another person that takes up a bed that really didn't need to be there in the first place.
Exactly.
Right. Putting a strain on our medical workers and everybody else.
Mhm.
So don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Help out everybody. Do your part. And send some over to Bam, because Bam so that too. All right. So that's our little rant. We will be wearing our masks in the stadium. We'll do what we have to do for the sake of the community. So league news. I mean, right now we've got the All-Star voting. It just ended yesterday. I haven't seen how it's all turned out, but I know the push was really good. Rich, shout out to you, sir, for the push to get us all to do our votes and promote this thing. And I think we did our part. But hopefully Kim and Juan and several others will get their chances if the votes pay off.
Well, there's gonna
pray they did.
the forward's gonna be funny. It doesn't matter. I already know this. The forward's already gonna be the funny voting is gonna be Chicharito and Vela because it's a Mexican side, and that's how they're gonna sell more tickets. Overpriced tickets.
Oh, yeah.
More tickets.
Guarantee that. But it should be Rui Diaz and
Oh yeah,
Vela,
100%.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
let's be honest. And Gila should be out there, right? That's a certainty. So we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens. Should be fun though. I'm looking forward to it. I know the kits are on fire, so that's good. Christmas Tree Lane, guys, so you guys know, is open up for this game still, and there will be a fan fest this weekend, so be ready for that.
Yay.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for community. I know there's some really good community service stuff going on. Bam, right? You were mentioning earlier.
Yeah, AIM's back at it again, doing their wonderful work, out doing some more skills and all that kind of stuff with the kids. So I saw that they were out again today. So just keep doing their good work. If you can donate to them, donate to them. They're a great cause.
There it is. There it is. Love you guys. Keep it up. And on that note, it's time to move to the BNG Black and Gold Vinyl Club Minute. Bam, with the honors yet again, sir.
Yeah.
What you got for us, brother?
Well, when you guys were growing up, you were more into the punk and all that kind of stuff. Me, around 18, 19, I got into the rave scene. And with the Olympics happening, I'm going to be the Tiesto Parade of Athletes.
Oh, I love
An
it,
absolute
man.
banger of an album. It's got some
Yes, it is.
of my favorite songs, Lethal Industry, A Dojo for Strings. Absolute banging album. With the Olympics starting, I had to bring it out.
I mean, dude, he did it at the opening ceremony, right? He was in the stadium doing his thing. That was so awesome. Bringing flashbacks, man. Good things. Well done, sir. Dude, that was awesome. Yeah. And so as everybody knows, the Olympics is back again, middle of the night tonight for us on the Pacific Coast, for Bam when he's eating dinner.
Prime time.
Prime time. I'll be recording it, let's be honest. So that should be cool. People or not, it should still be good because it's the Olympic opening ceremonies. Yeah, I am a sucker for that. Right, Bam? You watch it too. Can't help it.
Oh, yeah. I'll have it on. Won't pay much attention, but it'll be on.
Well, yeah, the parade is really boring, but then the stuff around it tends to be more entertaining. So
Yeah.
that's
I was
with
more
that.
into the events, like watching the kayaking. They got climbing this year. 3v3 basketball, baseball, softball, wrestling. Watching stuff you don't see normally. Just go watch it.
I'm more into the shooting events. That's more my range is the shooting events.
Skateboarding's in this year. Surfing.
Right? It's going to be cool. There's going to be a lot of unique things to watch in this Olympics. Hopefully everybody can stay as healthy as possible. I know it's been some kind of scary stuff going on. But let's hope for the love of all, for love of sport, the things work out pretty smooth when things get going full tilt. So good luck to all the athletes. All the best to them. Looking forward to watching what everybody does. Moving on, of course. Oh, yeah. Before I do that, there's some comments. There we go. So LA Wolf fans into the skateboarding. There it is. There it is. And before we move on a little back in, Mark Lopez is loving the Mexican All-Star kits. I agree. Did you see the advertising with the Warrior and all that? That was super cool.
It's cheaper too, which is
it's Charlie. They're Charlie kits, and Charlie always makes like really cool kits. I have like the Cholos Star Wars one. It's super cool. So. Yes, agreed. All right, moving on. We've got another match to talk about. Thank goodness we don't have to wait too long to get past what we just dealt with. And that would be, of course, the Vancouver Whitecaps are coming to town this Saturday. Up and down season. Bam, how the heck is Vancouver doing this year?
This year, they're currently 12th in the West, so not doing that great. 3 wins, 7 draws, and 4 losses. They've got a -9 goal difference. Scored 14, had 23 scored against them. So could do better, but at the same time, they're not losing games, they're just drawing them.
There it is. And what did they do in the last match?
Last match this morning, I decided sit down, watch the whole match. Can I please get that 2 hours back? Please get that 2 hours back.
Just watch the MLS highlights. That's literally.
Dude, he totally lost the roll of the dice for this episode.
Yeah,
like we always take turns, and so a lot of times I have to go watch it and talk about their system, which yeah.
Look, I was laying in bed this morning, don't have work, thought I'll watch the game. 0-0 draw against Houston. So the highlights, you would say, Houston hit the post in the 25th minute. Vancouver hit the post in the 57th minute. And in the 60th minute, Hassel had the only save of the game. That was it. That's the highlights. 1 save for the whole game.
Oh, man. That should count for community service or something.
It should.
I feel like that's I feel like it's like one of those things where like a cat runs out and that will be the highlight for the whole thing.
Right.
Pretty much.
Right, you're waiting for somebody to fall down. Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah. Going through the key stats of the game. Possession, 51-49, Vancouver's way. Both had 8 shots. Houston had 1 on target. That was it. 8 shots apiece, only 1 on target. Passing actually, 79% to 76.5%. Nothing to talk about there. Crosses, 17-13. So some decent crosses coming. They were just hitting them way too hard, going over everyone. So nothing going on there. If they dial in the crossing, they can be a force to reckon with. Clearances. This was a good stat. Vancouver had 21 clearances. Their defense was on point. So I'll definitely give them for that. 11 fouls for the game. 2 yellows to Houston. Or to Vancouver, sorry. Andy Rose got his first of the season, and Alexandre got his 4th of the season. So no one's missing out.
We have the full roster of guys that like to pack it in and wait for the game to end, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Such
which means we need to be efficient, right? Oh, gosh. And that was against Houston. Like, how do you not create offense against Houston? Like, really? Man, okay. All right. I know, guys. I know we've blown it against Houston, too. But, wow. Okay. So it's interesting the way they line up. I know. I'm just sitting at, well, Tony, I threw the good, the bad, and the ugly at you. So what good can you take from this side, man? Did you find any good? No. See, there it is.
Wait. No, actually, no. They get to go home and play in Canada. That's
nice.
I think that's the only good. That's the only good thing. It's like they can go home. They can finally be with their families and everything. Mm-hmm. So we'll give them that. We'll give them that. It's like
all the Canadian teams got to give them a round of applause for everything they've done so far this season to keep the season going. They could have walked around and said, "No, we're only playing in Canada. You got to come here, quarantine, or vice versa." They went, "Nope, we'll move our lives for the league." For that, I can't commend them enough.
Yeah, all taking the shot. The one guy that didn't for Montreal got traded, which was hilarious. That's what you get. Yeah, I mean they've done what they had to do. They've remained competitive even though they've been playing in Salt Lake pretty much all year. Good on them, which means that they will probably be a little more energetic than we're used to seeing because, yeah, man, things should get better for them knowing that they have a home again. Yeah. But you know, the system's pretty typical. This is going to sound real familiar, and y'all know why, right? Mark Dos Santos, still running things, still doing what he does, playing the system that Bob loves too. So, yep, that's right, a 4-3-3. That's what they're going to approach us with. We know this. It's not a shock to us. Maybe they're going to shock us and then go like something super defensive. But 4-3-3 is their typical lineup. Hassal is usually in goal. The CVs are Veselinovic and Godoy. Left back Gutierrez. Right back Brown. Baldissimo central mid. Tybert, right? Weird on his name. Left mid. Bickle. Right mid. Caicedo left wing. White center forward. And Dahome right wing, which Dahome is a threat. That's one certainty. And at right wing, which means is it going to be Palacios or Edwards that has to deal with him. So there's your one risk, guys, right there. Of course, Bam, you said they do have some changes to the roster at times, right? They moved some other players in.
Yeah, the last game, they had 2 defensive changes. They brought in Rose and Nowinski for Brown and Godoy. So that was the changes between their game against Carson and their game against Houston. So I see they were just resting Brown and Godoy for us.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
that makes some sense.
Besides that, that's really it for them. There's a boring side. I'm sorry to say, but they are boring.
Okay, so last year they weren't boring, and we played them in closed doors and shellacked them because they weren't boring. Okay, I remember watching a guy hit the grass. He was hitting the grass with his hand after one where he got burned against us. I was at the game and got himself taken off for basically losing his mind because he was getting burned so bad. That's old Vancouver. That's not the same Vancouver anymore. They have definitely found themselves, but they found themselves boring. That's right. It's going to be very much a methodical approach and try to catch you, which we are LAFC and we like to be caught at times. So be careful. Okay. This isn't a walk in the park. It should be if we play our game, but it won't be. Okay. I do still feel, I'm not going to predict it, but I will say our expected goals will be near 4 when this is all said and done. And their expected goals will probably be near a half. Does that say what the final score is going to be? But that's what the expected goals should be. I can't see if we have all of our players out there, that 20-shot situation could actually happen in this game. You could see one of those crazy ones. So we've done this already this
20
year.
shots first half.
It's going to be, we should get wild on these guys. That's for sure. It's just finishing is going to be the story. They're not bad. We're just, the matchup is what it is. Bam, you said like nobody's out for this one for them, right?
All they're really missing is their starting keeper. He's off with the Canadian, but other than that, everyone's back. There's no real misses from the last couple of games, so no one's out on yellow cards. Doesn't seem to be any injuries from what I could see. So all they're missing is their starting keeper, who's out with Canada. He's been there for a couple of weeks, so.
No one's missing, but no one's really there. Got it. Sorry. Yeah. For us, though, there are some questions, right? Is Atuesta going to be healthy in time for this one, right? He was listed as questionable last match. Murillo is definitely back. And I think our story is the bigger story. Who are we going to field for this? What are we going to look like when we field a team against a Vancouver side that we should have an advantage on? Does B-Rod get his first start? Do we play the 4-3-3 again? Do we play the 5-3-2? What are we going to do? We know naturally, I think Bob his crutch is to go to 4-3-3, especially if he has tools to do so. Or does he just trust the playmaking skills of our wingbacks? So, Tony, if you had the keys to the castle, what would your lineup look like?
The only question mark I have, and you can switch both of them because Palacios and Edwards. Because Palacios is now understanding what the system is and how it works and stuff like that. This will also be a good quote unquote tune-up game to get him more enwrapped with it. Everything else, honestly, just you don't change anything. Like I don't. Again, B-Rod still, it was a good showing. He did create stuff like that, but again, there's a lot more humbleness that he needs to go through before he can get that start.
It's okay to be a super sub.
Mhm.
You just need to be super, right?
Exactly.
Yep.
Be super. Bam, what's your take? What do you think you're going to see on the field for us?
Oh, I'd like to say something probably stupid, but a 5-2-3. So our 5 in the back, Sifu Etuesta in the middle, Bedrod Vela Rossi up top.
You know what would happen, though? Say he plays that, they put Cifuentes in the middle and drop him. He drop low. Right?
Yep.
That's what I think would happen if that was the case. It'd still be, yeah. So I guess what 5-2-1-2, I guess would be the thought, which we've done already. So I could see that in this game. I could definitely see that in this game.
Yeah. I can
Seafood
see
sitting more
experimental this game. It's Vancouver. Said not really doing much, unless he wants revenge for dropping points in Portland. I could just see him just letting loose, putting our 3 DPs out there and just going for it.
letting him go. Let's release the hounds, you think?
Yep.
I think that Bob's pragmatic at this stage in this season. And he's going to go with your typical, what you expect is what you're going to get. I don't see surprises in this lineup. What does that mean? That means Palacio starts again, right? Farfan takes the seat, possibly, or no? See, that's the other thing is do I think it's going to be Farfan or Blackman taking the seat? Right? Because I'm looking at that the center backs going, what's he going to do? I think Blackman probably takes the seat, ultimately, right? So, Murillo, Segura, Farfan, right? That's your center backs. You got Kim Moon-Wan on the right side, like always, and the middle is not going to change. It's not going. Janela's not going out there. No, you know he's going to be out there. If Atuesta can play, Atuesta plays.
Mhm.
If Atuesta can't play, Janela again, right? No shock. We know the plug and play on this team. It's very obvious. And I don't think he's gonna get anything crazier than that unless he really wants to play his 4-3-3, which I just don't. I don't see it yet. I think second half's a 4-3-3 though. Definitely, like that one game against Dallas where he starts the 4-3-3 and changes to the other as needed. I could see that definitely happening in this game, just in reverse. So that way, B-Rod gets his minutes as a wing and gets to work in interchange with our usuals. I could see that happening for sure. Yes, so that's where I'm at. Any questions on that, boys? Concerns? Final comments before we throw it to the crew?
No, everything's going fine. One final comment though that I did see, former LAFC player.
I knew you were gonna bring it. I wanted to bring this up to have you two go at it, but I didn't know.
Who signed for Aberdeen, scored on debut for him.
Oh Lord.
Yep, scored on debut for him.
Good for him.
I knew that was coming.
I'm still irked about the Nahar and Perez situation in DC now that they're impactful. It's like if we waited a year, we have them impactful for us. But yeah, that's where my head's at right now. Have you watched DC? Have you seen what Nahar's doing?
I think that's just home cooking, to be honest. You know what I mean? Like he knows.
Well, he loves that side.
Yeah, so I think that's more of like just how like when certain players play more system. Like to be honest, look at Griezmann. Like not the same player he was at Atletico Madrid. Same thing with Hazard. He's not the same Chelsea player from back then. So
yeah,
I think it's home cooking, to be honest.
I just like that Bam is celebrating a goal by Aberdeen. I'm now processing this, and he's like, dude, he's promoting a goal from Aberdeen. Like, I'm pretty sure that's not normal, Bam.
No, but it was in a European qualifier, so more Scottish teams in Europe, more money that will come through the other clubs.
Wait, he scored in European play.
Yeah,
that makes it even funnier. Ooh, okay.
It was his first start too, if I remember right.
Honestly though, I only wish the best for Ramirez because, dude, he was a consummate professional with this team. He bled for our colors. There is no doubt about that. You saw him win the Shield. He stayed out there, okay, because he was so happy about the situation. Okay, he never wanted to leave. No, so I'm gonna dog that guy. No, he didn't finish the way we wanted him to. I think that was the one thing everybody was mad about, right? He didn't quite do what we wanted from him, but it's not for a lack of trying, right? And for me, it's always the effort that's the story on a player.
Yeah.
Execution's one thing, it's the effort, right? If they're putting it all out there, how mad can I possibly get? And that, that's why I dog B-Rod, because it came from his own mouth that he was, the foot was out the door, right? So it's a different level for me. When a guy's gonna bleed, he bleeds, right? He bleeds for the colors. What's up?
I was gonna say he's getting paid more money too, so it's like there's more pressure. It's like it's like if like Ramirez was like just a regular player, you know what I mean? He tried to do his best, and I applaud him for it. But when you are a DP and you're not performing at DP level, like, what the hell?
You have to answer for it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Not get mad and want to leave. Yeah. So we'll see. Let him earn his way back. Let's see if this is the game when he gets to do that. But there it is. Cool. So I'm going to run it back to our amazing, amazing crew. And like I've always said, hot takes are encouraged, right? We do like the crazy stuff. We love the awesome stuff. So let me get back into our comments right now and see where we're at here. So going all the way back. Oh yeah, talking smack about Vancouver, the -9 difference. Yeah, that's because they don't score goals. That's their big problem. Mark Lopez, sounds like Bam was being hazed. No, Bam and I. Okay, so Bam and I have this relationship. The FIFA duel most of the time. We both suck at FIFA, so we're the only ones that play each other. That's just how it goes. And we play random teams from like Austria that can't kick a ball straight, and who can do the best with the lousy team that you picked up. That's our world, people. Yeah,
Yep.
Can I create a system within 4 minutes to take a lousy team on FIFA and make them look like they're halfway normal? Yeah, that's us. But the other thing we do is we watch random games from all over the world. Okay, like some team called the Sharks, and Bam's backwoods,
Melbourne
right?
Sharks. Yep.
Yeah, that's my team there, man. No doubt about that. Or it's like standing room. It's great. It's great stuff. Korean League games. It doesn't matter. We watch the football. We don't care what the level is as long as it's good competitive football. Like that's Bam. So we can put up with really bad soccer because it's soccer. It's like pizza. It's pizza. We're good. We're fine. So that's it. So not hazing. He actually wanted to do that. That was the funniest part of it. He wanted that. You did, Bam. You did. Yeah. Wolfsand. He said no. He said yes. No doubt about that. Mark Lopez goes, did Joseph just rattle off the whole Vancouver starting 11 off the top of his dome?
Yes.
No. No, I mean, okay, so it's like somebody doing a speech where you see the names on a list and then you rattle and you just do what you do and then have to find it in your head because you saw the list. That's what I did. Okay, so I have a second screen. You guys don't see it. One day I'll show you the madness. But I looked at it. It was over there, and then I went off and then I had to rattle because I was then handling everything else and went, okay, well, there we are. So it wasn't perfection, but there was several that I had to know. So there's that. I'm not an expert on Vancouver. Could you imagine? That'd be sad. Yeah. LAFC is going to win. Let's go. I pray for that. Brother Ox. We need it. LA Wolfham. Yep, he did. Like I said, to a point, yes. Some positions, yes. Others, not so much because it, had trouble pronouncing names. I had to look back. Like, is that what it is? Right? Like Tybert. Like, All right. LA Wolfham. Do Pablo get to play in this game since it's versus Vancouver? No. I think Romero's just there for now until they got to do something else. Right, guys?
Just keep him in. Just keep getting the reps in. Just like, you know what I mean? Like, he's still young and he still needs to develop as a keeper, and what's the best way? Like right. I love Pablo. Like, he's a good keeper. It's just the life of a keeper. It is literally like, if you don't perform 2 games, you could lose your spot, and that's how it goes. Like
The big question.
Being a field player is a little bit easier than being a keeper. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Keeper, it's always temporary. Your starting role is always temporary. Guaranteed temporary play. You get hurt, you're losing your job. You have a bad day, you're losing your job. You get called up by your national team and play really well for your national team, come home, and some kids got your job. That's the life of a goalkeeper. So it's a fraternity, that's for sure. That's why they're not you don't see a lot of animosity between them, because they all know it's all temporary. That's just how the game is. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I would be cool with Pablo starting. I just don't think that's in Bob's wheelhouse right now. I think he trusts the kid. He's going to stick with the kid. Marvin has a cool take here. Marvin says, I think we should go 4-3-3 with this one. Up front, Rossi, Vela, Baird, or Brian. Okay, so he's calling for the 4-3-3. I would never call for a 4-3-3 in a month of Sundays. I'm over it. I am. I really am. Seeing... I saw that good cookie, and I don't want to give it back to the bitter cookie. I'm okay. Thanks Seattle for getting crazy with this, because they did, right? They were the first ones to really go off on this season, and it worked for them, and we had to adjust. Let's be real about this. We did, and it paid dividends, like basically instantly. And when we went away, things fell apart. Tell me it hasn't. When we've left it, things go south. Sporting Kansas City. We have to abandon the 5-3-2. We lose. Portland. We abandon it. How did that end, guys? We lost. Track record saying it's not ending so well. I like going with what works, but I know in Bob's, like, in his world, he wants the 4-3-3. I don't think there's any question about that. That's what he believes in. That's the system that he wants to win his trophies with. Right? That's his goal. So you might be right. I mean, he could be doing it. You might have the odds on your side for this one, sir. You're not the greatest fan at the moment. I love what Kim Moon-Won's doing right now in this. So, and for me, Latif is the bigger story. He's benefiting the most of this system, I believe.
Because, like I said, in the 4-3-3, he becomes a sub. That's the whole thing. That's the problem. Latif,
right? Because
he's not a starter.
Not trusted as defensively.
Yeah, exactly. But in the new system that we have, Latif gets the start, and there's no question about it. You know what I mean? He fits.
There's less risk.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a chance taker in this. So, yeah. Mark, it's okay to be a super sub. You just need to be super. Did I do a quote? Did I do something?
Yep.
Aww.
Yep, you did that.
I was like...
I broke shit again. Oh, sorry. I'm not editing that. Sorry, guys.
It's a good quote, though. It's true.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Ultimate super sub ever. Name it for LAFC. Ultimate super sub. Bam. You're going to say the same names. I know both of you are going to say the same names, right?
Blessing. When he first started out, he was...
Dio. But Blessing, too.
Yeah.
But
Blessing.
Dio, like... Yeah.
100%.
They're both... That's your two, right? That's why we still talk about these two. Even if they leave, we're going to be talking about those two, because they won our hearts with dramatic play and guts. See, B-Rod? See what happens when you do things late and show some guts? You're loved. So there it is. Ox. I'd rather have Brian up front with Rossi and Vel instead of Baird. I like Baird's work rate.
Yeah.
I like Baird's work rate. There's something there. Mm-hmm. He produced early on. Things have changed. Honestly, I think Baird's situation is that when the system changed, he became excess at that point, right? You didn't need him because you only had two up top, right? That's his world. I'll go Brian over Baird. There it is. Mark Lopez, Bam trying to start the Sign Ramirez campaign.
No.
Maybe he'll go to Australia, Bam.
I'll take him out here.
I know you would.
Yeah. See, to me, I don't like recycling players. They've been with the club, they leave. Thank you, goodbye. Right. Don't go back after them. Yeah, that's just me personally. I don't like recycling players.
So then the Dio campaign's not for you, huh?
Nope.
There it is. Yeah, I get it. You can never go back, as they say. All right, Marvin Chavez. It hurts seeing Nahar do so well now. We wanted him to do that so much in LA. I totally reversed his quote there. Yeah, it doesn't hurt me to see him do well because honestly, he was rehabbing an injury with us. We were just not quite getting that he wasn't 100% for us ever, and now he is. So we kind of didn't have the patience, I guess you could say, or just we were playing a pretty penny to rehab a player. So it just didn't work out. Perez leaving saddens me, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Hooligan Ox, good for Ramirez. Exactly, good for the lad. He gets his chance. He gets his paycheck too because he's getting paid way more going there. Hooligan Ox, it doesn't hurt. It ticks me off the fact that Nahar couldn't be healthy with us, but as soon as he's back with DC, he's doing good. Like really. Well, we gave up on the project and then they benefited from it and took a gamble. It was a gamble for them to sign him. It was. There was no telling what he was gonna do. LA Wolf fan.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say the only thing that they get for him coming back is like the fans love him, you know?
Yeah, he's done something there.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like they're recycling it, but they'll benefit from jersey sales or something, or you know what I mean, or like something for them.
Ooh, here's a good one. I know Small said Dio. Yeah, I guess I said Dio for the super sub. Marvin's got the good one. So once Aranjo, I almost said Aranjo, man. Aranjo comes, do we revert back to the 4-3-3 or do we keep the 5-3-2 with Aranjo in midfield as a Cam CF sit blessing? I think we're going back to the 4-3-3, everybody. I just do.
I don't think
Bob loves his 4-3-3. He loves his 4-3-3. Would I like to see him be a central attacking midfielder? Yes, I would. I think Blessing sits no matter what, right? Because then Palacios moves over.
Mm-hmm.
Blessing is the odd man out in this system with the player coming in. That's the truth of it. I think he is the odd man out in this moment. He's now the super sub again. There it is, which he was pretty much until this season. So he was moving that direction anyway. Yeah. So there it is. Unless somebody gets sold. Yeah. Marvin Chavez, I'm concerned if we go back to 4-3-3, our defense won't be as strong and start conceding more goals, and defense wins championships. I agree. 100% we're going to concede more goals. The system is designed to trade goals. It's not defensive at all. It's reliant completely on a press that you have to do for 90 minutes, and the minute you let off the gas, you're digging it out of your net. That's the system. It requires total commitment all the time. There is no way to take a break, as opposed to having three center backs where you saw at least 4 mistakes against Portland that while those 3 center backs were there, we got away with something just because they were there. There were a lot of turnovers from us in this game where we just got out of it easy because, well, somebody's in position to take it. That doesn't exist now because watch, you're going to play the 4-3-3. And now instead of having 3 guys in the back, you're going to have 2. They're going to stay behind. And one's usually pressed to go forward too, so it gets even more chaotic. Yeah. Well said, Marvin. Good stuff. Dio. Yep, Dio's a super sub. Not so super. You're a starter. Just super enough to be a super sub. There it is. I want to see Brian Rossi Vela again until Orango. We shall see. Recycled players. What about players that hardly played? Maybe Fito resign. No, thank you. Unless you're going to go out for like dinner or something. I'm sure he could find some great spots to get a meal. That's for certain. Ox, yep. Victor D. Lopez, what did you guys think about Baird as a wing back? And Palacios didn't perform better than Edwards. No, he didn't. I thought Edwards was better in that role than Palacios.
Again, it goes back to Palacios. Palacios was still stuck in the other system of running, so that's what he knows. So everyone was like not clicking right. It took him a while to get back into the system. Again, Edwards should have started, and Palacios back into it, but
yeah, that didn't happen. And they're saying Bayard is wingback. He was only a wingback in name once he came in. It was actually back to the 4-3-3.
Mm-hmm.
We were back to that. Yeah, Bayard was only a wingback in name. Yeah. I'm liking Edwards as the new super sub, dude. I like Edwards because there's a fight in him.
Mm-hmm.
I like Edwards as a starter.
He's got an edge, which is perfect. What we need. He has those. This is what I like. It's between the ears with me and this guy. So he always knows where to be. If you watch him, yes, he makes weird turnovers sometimes, and the shots are kind of flubbed, but he's in position to flub that shot where others aren't. Right? He's in position to make us crazy when he shanks one, but other guys wouldn't even be there to make that situation happen, and he's reading the game. And I think that's why I'm valuing where he's at. He knows where to be. He just does. Right now he's thinking on a higher level right now. It's good. He's bought in. That's 100% from him. He's bought in. Hooligan, yes. Palacios, I know. I love Palacios, but again, you got to adjust in. I want to see Raheem or Palacios until he loses a spot, right? If goalkeepers can fight for spots, everyone else should too. Well done.
I think this is just money. This is just money for that one. Like, at the end of the day, Palacios gets paid more. He's more of a... Again, we're going to sell Palacios more than we're going to sell Raheem.
And then Janela becomes the enigma that we don't play even though he costs us a lot of money. I know. So there's that.
We'll see what happens with him. Maybe he'll turn it around. Still a long season.
I have faith in Janela. I do. I believe he's in a situation where he is Atuesta's understudy. Right? And one day Atuesta will be sold and Janela is going to stick in that role. And that's when he makes his money, right? And he gets transferred for something good. So, all right. So it looks like our comments have been strong on the day. Thank you, everybody, for your amazing comments, which brings us to that moment of moments, right? Our final thoughts, all that greatness. So first and foremost, everybody, we are beyond thankful that you guys stick it out with us, even on short notice after rough matches. Y'all still show up, and we love you for all that. Really. So in this moment, I'm going to start with look at these reactions right now. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Bam. Final thought, my brother.
Final thought. If you don't have to watch a game, especially when you know it's going to be 0-0, don't watch a 0-0 game. It's so boring. Let us do it for you.
Yes, that's our job, everybody.
Yeah.
Not paid, but it's our job.
Yeah.
We do it for the passion.
Yep.
When I was all serious, as I was saying earlier with the code rank, go get vaccinated, enjoy yourself. If you're a night owl, watch the Olympics, watch the under 23 Olympics men's soccer, the women's soccer. Australia's gonna go all the way. I was watching a bit of the Ivory Coast game last night. Their uniform stood out, nice fluoro oranges. So you see some really interesting kits out there. Let's go out this weekend, get 3 points, 20 shots on goal in the first half, 4 goals first half. Let's go get it.
End it early. Then you can experiment a bit in the second half. I like it. I like that idea. Well said, my brother. Thank you, Ben. You're the man. All right, Tony, with the new microphone. Show off the new microphone. It's so awesome. He has a new microphone, everybody. It's glowing orange. There it is. He's got the tech, guys. I got to upgrade from the snowball, no doubt. Brother, you have the floor.
Well, I had to upgrade to make sure you guys can hear me well and have better quality, so you have a better podcast to listen to. So I'm investing in you guys. So
yes, you are. Thank you, brother.
Enjoy the weekend. Again, FanFest is there. FanFest is fun. It's a good place to ease in. Again, stop by. We're literally right next door. Have fun with us. Join whatever sport group you want. You know what I mean? Whatever field you fit, floats your boat, kind of like that. Let's get that 3 points. The only good thing about yesterday was someone lost as well. I don't like mentioning their names too much, but they lost, so we're catching up a little bit. And the last thing I have to say is, again, get a vaccine. If you don't want the vaccine, wear a mask. And as a frontliner working at a cafe, please don't argue with the people working that they ask you to wear your mask. They're just trying to do their job. They don't want to ask you to do it. You know what I mean? They don't like being put in that situation. So please don't argue with them. They're just trying to make a living. So respect your essential workers, please.
Exactly. Well said, Tony. I pray for you and everyone else on the front lines. I guess I'm a frontline worker too, right? I have a classroom of kids, and Yeah, I'm wearing my mask and trying to stay protected. So why I can go back to my family, right? And so you can go back to your families. You don't have to look through a glass window, you know? That's, the idea of going back home and being with our families again. That's why we do this. This is why we sacrifice. It's the little things. Minor. This sacrifice is so minor. Just deal with it. We'll get through it. We will get through it if we work together. But if you fake and go, I got a vaccine when you didn't, you're on team vaccine. Congratulations. Don't go there. Yeah. So, and that is definitely not staying golden, right, guys? That is not staying golden at all. No, not at all. So on that note, I'm going to say thank you to everyone that supported this show. Again, we do this for free. We're not looking for a paycheck down the line, right? We're not looking for some job. We do it because we love what we do. And, for us, it costs us money, right? We don't make money. It costs us money to do this. Why? Because it's for you guys. It's for us. If we break even one day, then our mission's accomplished. Really. That's as far as I need to take that. I just love my team. And if I can support him in the stands, I'll support him in the stands. If I can support him out here, I'm going to do that as well. Because anytime you're talking about the team, you're talking about the team. They're in the news. So that's why we're in it. I know that's why Bam is in it, right? From far away, doing his thing, flying out whenever he can. That's called passion, people. Tony, you see him in the stands. You see the work he puts in. He's upgrading, all right? Why? It's for you guys. It's for you guys. That's kind of the example of staying golden, right, guys? Not even an afterthought. You're doing it for the love of the club. So on that note, again, thank you guys. Have a great time at the game this weekend. I will definitely be over in the Black Army area pretty early for this one, especially because I'm set up crew. So Tony and I are going to see each other soon doing that stuff. Duct tape in every pocket, getting the job done. But that's what we do. Year in, decade in, keeping going. So on that note, guys, stay golden. You guys. Bam.
Stay golden.
Stay golden.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you for listening to the Heart of LAFC. Make sure to leave us a rating and review on iTunes or Stitcher. Shoulder to shoulder, the black and gold is taking over.